Hello everyone. So in this video of mine, I'm going to talk about another very important aspect which often comes as a challenge in any student's life. So in this video, I'm going to share with the children, the students and the parents the steps or the ways by means of which we can make the study of social science very interesting and much more easier. Now, since I have been a humanities teacher, so there is always a problem which comes across me in this profession. There are many children who come to me and they say that they are scared of social science. Now, this is something which really kind of surprises me because social science is a subject which is actually very interesting by all itself. See, social science consists of mainly 4 subjects which all are combined together. So that is history, political science, geography and economics. So actually it is everything that exists in this world and in this space. Everything present in this world and in this space is all about social science. So history is something which people say that it's kind of too exhaustive and one really needs to write, and it's all about rote learning. But it's not like that. Even for an example, everyone knows that water, it's like H2O. But how did this such an important natural resource came into existence? That is, of course, history. Mankind, evolution of mankind. How did we came into existence? That is again a history. So basically, first, even evolution of mankind. So you see, this is all such interesting topics. Early man accidentally discovered another natural resource which is very vital in our life, which is fire. Later on, scientists did a lot of research and they found out that why this fire is so important for us. What it is made up of. But actually, the backdrop is all about history. So how accidentally in early man discovered fire. Later on, the science aspect came into it. Again, geography is everything about atmosphere and everything that exists in this world, not only in this world, on this planet Earth, even outer space. Again, political science, if you are aware of the things happening around you, how does the government works, what is the role of the government, it's all very important because then only you can be a responsible citizen. Similarly comes your economics. If you know how does the economy of a country works, so obviously you would become a wise person and you will be able to relate quite a lot of things with your own personal and professional life too. So you see, SST is vast, but at the same time, it's very interesting. So why to be so scared of this subject? Why not take it as a story? Why not take it as a kind of an research in which you need to go deeper and deeper down, right? So here there are certain steps which I'm going to share with children as to how to make this subject of social science very interesting. First and foremost, children, if you want to understand, suppose you are supposed to start with one particular topic of maybe, let's take political science, or maybe let's take history. Suppose if in class 9th NCERT history book, there is one chapter on Nazism, about basically Adolf Hitler, and what was Nazism, what led to his failure, things like that. So before starting with that chapter, what I would suggest that first of all, you should go ahead and watch documentaries based on Hitler. So that would give you an idea, how did he look, how did he talk, how did he move, and what did he think. That would give and make you more inquisitive. Then the second step, what you do is that you take your book, open the chapter, and read the book and read the chapter very thoroughly, right? Once you go through the chapter, you'll see that you're able to relate with what you had seen in the documentary of Adolf Hitler, right? So this is again a very interesting way. Then you can relate Adolf Hitler with many other rulers too. Like we can relate Adolf Hitler with rulers like Aurangzeb too. So you see, you will start doing a comparison, and it will lead to an wider opening of your mind and your thought. Then the next step, what you should do is that once you're through with the chapter, once you've done the reading, start making synopsis of the chapter in the way of a flowchart. Because if you will remember, if you want to write answers relating to Nazism, you'll be able to remember it only when you know the synopsis of the chapter in your mind. And why through a flowchart? Because flowcharts are easy to get mapped in your brain. Once you just go through your flowchart, the synopsis of the chapter, you will be able to elaborate the events related to Nazism. And then suppose there is one particular question on Nazism, what led to rise of Nazism? Then again you will be able to form that answer in the way of flowchart or web chart, whatever is convenient for you. And as per the marks, if it's a 4 marker, then you can elaborate that flowchart. So first you prepare that flowchart or web chart. Once you do that, you will be able to elaborate every point involved in the flowchart and the web chart, and it will make your learning very easy, interesting. At the same time, you will be able to retain even the dates and events, which is very important in history, right? Similarly, again, what next is required is, once you're through with this, then you form your own questions. You form your own questions related to this chapter, Nazism. Suppose it's Nazism, then form your own questions, then go to sample paper and go to the textbook exercises and see what are the questions which are common, which you had thought and what is actually there. Then combine all those questions and start writing answers to it. This is the best way to learn history. And once you write the answers, it must be in points, as I have mentioned in my earlier videos, and the important points should be highlighted, underlined. Then only the presentation would be good, right? Now suppose if we are doing a chapter on say Constitution. So this is a flowchart, right? Now this is the synopsis of the entire chapter, like what is Constitution, then why is it important, why it is Constitution is needed, right? Then what are its features, what are its merits, what are its criticism, and then the conclusion. This is the way, if you prepare a flowchart, you will be able to remember the chapter very well. And suppose if you need to go ahead with this one particular topic of the Constitution which talks about features, then you're going to prepare your web chart like this: features of Constitution, and these are the features: written, rigid or flexible, quasi-federal, fundamental rights and duties. So if you know all these points, see, it is very easy to remember the flowchart and the web chart. Now once you reflect your flowchart or web chart in your answer sheet, then obviously if it's a 6 marker or a 5 marker, you'll be able to elaborate these points very easily. So this is how you can learn your SST, and you can make that teaching teaching as well as the learning of SST much more simpler and easier. So this is how you should go about it. The same process you can follow with your economics, with your political science, with your history and geography. Another thing, if you are talking about an important topic, something like elections in say political science, then of course you must go beyond the textbook, and you can understand election much better if you do a research as to how the elections are conducted. Say you can take examples of the elections, by elections which took place in UP very recently, or the elections of Lok Sabha elections of 2014. So by correlating to these things, you will be able to understand the content and the topic really well. That is all I would like to share in this video of mine, and it's just a piece of advice to children that SST is something which is very interesting and it's everywhere around us. So there's nothing to be scared of. If you take it as a story, if you take it as a research, as an interest, or from an inquisitive point of view, then nothing can stop you from scoring good grades in SST. And always follow the points which I have told about how to write an answer. That is all about making my SST simple in this video of mine. And if any of you, any of my audience who's watching me, and they want that if any topic needs to be explained, then kindly leave your suggestion in the comment box. I'll get back in the next video with explanation of the same topic. That's it. Thank you, children. And I hope after you follow these points, then you will fall in love with social science. Good day. Bye.